Welcome back to Get Keen.
Welcome back.
Now, some of our subscribers have said to us that we need to actually make this a little bit more professional. So, what you need to do is you need to click that subscribe button, click the notification bell, and just follow our content because it's coming out every day. And we're getting keen every second day, every day.
Nah, it's coming out, bro.
It's coming out, but we're getting keen. So you should be getting keen too.
Yeah, they're getting keen, bro.
Yeah.
Everyone's getting keen.
Awesome.
All right, Gymshark just put out a photo the other day showing a girl that had bit of belly rolls, but
cellulite. Yeah,
she was a bit overweight.
Definitely.
On the contrary to their normal post of fitness freaks, fitness addicts, shredded, fake natties, all these people.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
How do we feel about this? Got a bit of backlash.
It did.
From the people. They deleted the comments. I haven't checked it a lot, but at the start they were getting heaps of backlash. They try and bring the positivity in.
Yeah. There was a lot of comments mainly from men.
Yeah, negative comments. Yeah.
Negative comments from men, and a lot of women, obviously attacking those men. When those men really were saying their responses were very logical.
Yeah, it did 100%.
So
it's like,
but there was hardly any context to the statement that was said. So the quote, post, the original post, the quote there didn't really state anything about the girl. So you really didn't know her backstory. Yeah. So I understand where people are coming from in terms of that perspective. Like you can't attack her. Like you don't know what journey she's on. I understand why Gymshark's promoting that. But when you go from being a brand that's solely focused on fit athletes and athletes that have been through the harsh process and have reached a certain body or attained a certain level, that's something that they post on there, so then people aspire to it.
Yeah.
But then they go and post someone that's obviously probably not as fit. Yeah, and is not an elite athlete. So, and then people might say again that you don't know that. But the point is you can say that, but you can say that about anything. Then you can keep coming back with rebuttals like that. So the point is that she's not as an elite athlete as some of the other athletes that they've promoted. Yeah, there should be some context to that picture.
The context that they left out was I think she fought anorexia and beat it.
Yeah.
So now she's healthy in her skin and at a I don't know about you'd say healthy weight.
Yeah.
I mean it's not shredded, it's not obese, but it's not lean.
And
but it's healthy. She's not going to die of cut her breasts.
And we understand as well that me studying food and nutrition, I understand that diabetes you don't need to be, and to have cardiovascular disease you don't need to be fat or just fat to have it. You can be skinny as well.
Yeah.
But the point is that it's better being as fit as possible, so then you reduce the chances.
Yeah, 100%. So this is why we are against the idea of them posting that, because they're already kind of marketing it as mediocrity. Yeah. Which in turn tells people and tells everyone that sees it and aspires to be good that you don't need to be good. Yeah. That people should just like you as is. But as we all know in the Red Pill community and just people that aren't fostered by emotions, it's not like that. The real world's hard out here.
Yeah, exactly. You can't just be creating lower levels and letting people settle at that level. Yeah, you need to be saying to them, this is the level, this is the standard that Gymshark has, and this is where we want everyone to be. Yeah. You don't need to be at this level straight away. But
you don't even have to be Arnold Schwarzenegger, but as long as you try and aspire to be him, you're going to be better. Like say Arnold Schwarzenegger's up here. Yeah. You're down here. Yeah. You're aspiring. You get to here. Yeah. That's still better than if the bar was set down here and then you're stay down there.
Definitely. Yeah.
Obviously with the female hypergamy and sexual marker value, if you increase it, you're going to get more options, you're going to be more happier in life.
Another example is that Steve Jobs, like he used to shoot so high in what he aimed for. Sometimes it was impossible to most people. But the impossible became possible because his standard was so high compared to everyone else's.
Yeah, 100%. So you raise the bar. It's like the 4-minute mile. No one thought that they could do it. Yeah. Some guy eventually broke it. Now everyone started breaking it. Yeah. Well, not everyone, but
No, that's right. People. Yeah, definitely.
So it's disingenuous from Gymshark. Like, we're not having got people that are overweight and happy in their bodies. That's all good, all power to them. Yeah. But realistically, I don't think I've ever seen a severely obese person lose a lot of weight and say, I was actually happy when I was obese. Yeah. And I couldn't walk 30 meters without being out of breath. Yeah, exactly. So it's disingenuous from Gymshark because when they started, it was about fitness. And they posted all the elite athletes and whatever. And they're trying to get the best athletes sponsored. because they know that attractive look sells.
Yeah.
So that's what they're doing to build their brand. They build it to a point and they have millions of followers, and now they want to just pander to the social justice warriors.
Follow a different agenda.
Which is like going against what they originally knew, because they know that they wouldn't be where they are at if they didn't post those photos that
didn't follow the market
audience. So it's disingenuous from them and setting a bad example because you're pushing the wrong message, which is participation awards. It's like you still get an award if you come last.
Yeah, it's like you're rewarding people for the event rather than the process.
Yeah, 100%.
So many books that have a logical solution to success, state that that's the main thing. You have to reward the process because the process is what makes you better, and it's what gives you everything. It's David Goggins or The Fast Lane Millionaire by MJ. It's all about process. The events are good, but if you're just giving out rewards to people that wear Gymshark or post a picture, it's like that's not going to get them anywhere.
Yeah, 100%. It's like if they did a transformation, if they showed like a girl or a guy, but most likely a girl, who's overweight and then lost the weight, and then that's like an inspiring story, and it shows the process in between it, and that's something that you admire, and that's something that they should promote.
Really, they're just promoting.
They're just promoting a girl off the street. Oh, you're kind of unfit. Oh, that doesn't mean everyone can be fit. So bang.
Yeah, and then they're just saying that our clothing can cover it up, but it's like, why are we covering up something that can be changed?
No, I know. It's like if they're so happy with it, why would they make
that's cool. Be happy with yourself as you are at that moment in time, but slowly. And she might be working towards becoming better. That's fine. But the point is, just because you can roll the clothing up and hide it doesn't mean that that's like hiding the fact that you need to do more work.
Yeah, I know. It's like it's security, hiding security.
So don't you got to be like that's okay. She's got the picture. The right side of the picture is
mine's left side.
Left side of the picture is her like with it down. With her,
right side down.
Yeah, right side down, and she's like got her hands around her head and she's exposing like her insecurity. That's fine. That's great. But the point is, it's sending the wrong message.
Yeah, 100% it. Because there's, I mean, this is the type of thing where they'll set the bar low, and then people are like, all right, I'm just going to be that standard.
Yeah.
But the people that are that standard, the girls can be at that standard, and they'll still get guys wanting them from down here. But these girls are going to think they expect the best guys, and it's like...
And what are they going to get from it? What are Gymshark going to get from it? Like, if the people buy their product and buy their clothing, they're gonna wear it once, and then they're just going to think, I'm wearing it, and it makes me feel better, it makes me feel a part of something.
Yeah, but really once and then that's it. They're not gonna be loyal because they don't even go to the gym today.
Exactly.
Anyway, as I was saying, bro, before you interrupt.
Sorry. Get back to it.
Well, yeah. So if they're aiming for the skies, because they're gonna be like, oh, they should love me as is.
Yeah.
But the guys are gonna be getting why should these girls be picked when they haven't done any work?
Yeah.
What about we want the top guys might want the girls with the fit bodies who are showing mental strength or stronger mental strength, and they've worked hard for a body, they've been dedicated. And then the guys might prefer those girls because they're more high value.
Yeah.
And then the girls that are down here saying, oh, why can't I find a man? Or why can't I have those guys? Well, it's because we set the bar so low and everyone just expected, oh, well, this is the real world and they're not going to love you as is. Yeah. Like, people like you and love you, but realistically, it's a hard world, and subconsciously, it's like telling a dude who's homeless and saying, oh, that's all right, you don't need a Ferrari. You don't need a house. You don't need good clothes. Yeah. You can still, the girl should like you as is.
Yeah.
And it's like, bruh.
That's never going to happen.
Yeah, no girl's going to come up and say, and then 10 out of 10 is going to be like, alright, this guy homeless guy, I'm going to get him. It's like...
It's setting up a false pretense in, like, for example, that girl's mind as well. Or girls of that type.
Yeah, 100%.
To want... They're going to always want more on the scale of men, like, of like hypergamy. Like, there's going to be men behind her, and there's going to be men in front of her. She's going to shoot for the guys that are in front of her, but then when she doesn't get them, she's going to wonder why, and she's going to wonder, oh, well, these guys are high-value males, and they love process. Yeah. Process bleeds events. So breeds events, sorry. So when they get those events, they enjoy them, but then they keep following another process. They don't want someone that just skips the process and then thinks that they can get rewarded.
Yeah, 100%.
Because the top valued male men are all about process.
Yeah, 100%.
So then what she'll do is she'll settle for someone that's like a little bit less, and then that'll never work out. So this, this all ties into dating,
and it will create like a little bit of a hate and friction between the fit community and the uphill. Because what's happening now is there's a bit of fit shaming. Yep. Like every time, like say if you have a good body and you take off your shirt, people will like bag you if you have a good body. And like what happens is the girls that are like should be loved as is they'll start hating on the girls that might be getting the high value guys that have done the work and are looking fitter.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, this girl's like, you know, she doesn't even eat. And then you bring out that thing of like calling girls anorexic and then you're pushing it the other way against body positivity.
Yeah, exactly.
Which, you know, everyone's like, oh, anorexia is bad, but now obesity is good. Yeah. And it's like, wait, we could just switch those easy and it doesn't matter because you set such a standard in which it's like a hypocrisy.
Yeah, we understand, like, but the thing that we need to understand, the thing that needs to be understood is that there shouldn't be shaming in any, like, those guys that are shaming her, that's wrong, right? We understand that. The whole point, they need to rise above that and understand that they're going to get nothing out of shaming. Gymshark are going to do what they're going to do, no matter what you say. But so they need to know not to do that because that's wrong. Because they need to understand that they need to teach people to love the process. They need to teach the girls to love the process. Not teach them to just be content. But then Gymshark need to understand that they're going to lose so many people for rewarding people with events rather than rewarding them after they've done the process, after they've done the work.
Yeah.
So if both of them can learn from this.
Well, you got to see it as in like, you're correct. I mean, depends how hard they want to shame them. Like, obviously, you don't attack the girl personally, but if you say to Gymshark like, oh, this isn't the right message, then that's fair enough. But the way you don't attack the person, you attack the movement, like the Gymshark movement.
But the way in which Gymshark were responding to those messages were not. They were emotionally driven.
They weren't logically thinking about it and taking in the criticism.
Yeah.
They were just.
It was thinking like this is our only agenda. This is what we think, and that's all that matters. They weren't going, okay, no, we're going to take what you say. And then when people were saying, you know, you've lost me, like, you know, you're rewarding events rather than process. Yeah. And then they would go, all right, bye, see ya, and it's like
they just be dismissive.
So that's like loyal customers that have probably been loyal since day one of Gymshark, and yet they're saying goodbye. So it's like. That's not how you're going to, long term, you're not going to be successful.
It doesn't, like, I mean, they're already successful, but it's going to degrade them. Yeah. Because, like, go work, go broke, as they say. Yeah. It's like if a guy goes to, you have to think about it like, if a dude, like, or girl, whatever, they go to school, study hard, every day they're studying, every day after work. Yeah. You know, they're not going parties, acing exams, they're going for doctor, 7 years or whatever in uni, college. Studying, they're not having parties, they're not going to frat parties, they're wasting all their time studying, they're not enjoying their life, they're grinding. Yeah. They finally they graduate, now they can become a doctor. They go for a job interview. Then in the job interview, they just hire some random dropout who doesn't even have an education. It's like, how's that fair? It's the same exact thing where there's a lot of people that train, and Gymsharks, like, for some people that don't have an education, or like, because some people that are really fit, they just like, you know, can't focus on studies and that. Yeah. So that might be the only way out for like passive income, grinding, money. Gymsharks, like they're out. You know, they might be like doing it for their family. They might be doing it like all this stuff. Like I remember when I didn't have a job, and I was like grinding, like training, and I was like, oh, maybe I could become like a sponsored guy. Yeah. Even though I stuffed it up anyway because my caption's crazy. Yeah. But anyway, the point is that like you build up a reputation. You can like sell programs. You're building this brand, and then just to have it taken away, you've been dieting, you've been training 6 days a week. You're not having rest days. You're not going to parties. And then just for like some random just off the street, they can just be like, oh, now you're an athlete. And because it's agenda driven and based on not like strong principles and morals, it's based on just we're going to do this to you know, reward people that aren't doing the work, which is a spit in the face with the people actually grinding. And it just shows people what's the point of trying if you're not going to win. It becomes an uneven standard. Yeah, and that's why. Like long term, they will lose because if they keep it up,
because they won't want people modeling. It's all about what they stand for, and if they don't stand for the right things, fit athletes are going to look to other brands that can represent them in a better light.
Yeah, if they start losing all their sales, then they won't be able to pay the athletes as much, and then the other brands will come in. And
I don't care what any person who wants to like attack, you know, have an opinion on what we're saying is fine, but in the end, all we're doing is coming from a logical point of view. Yeah. Like all we're trying to think about is both sides of the story and what needed to be done. Not what was done, because what's done is done. They've done it. They didn't add context to the post, so you didn't know anything. So you're obviously going to get people overreacting. And then they didn't handle the reaction. They didn't handle the comments.
I know, they should have handled it better.
They should. And then now they've deleted comments. Yeah. So which makes it even worse because that means that you're blocking out any opinion and freedom of speech of any of your customers. So
it's a very risky move. But the lack of context really hurt them, and I think just they should have done, if they were going to go for body positivity or inspiration, it should have been like a story of someone losing weight who's still not quite there,
Yeah.
but still on a journey. And then they could talk about it as if you don't even have to be fit or shredded or lean, but as long as you're on the journey and you're still training and you're bettering yourself, that's what they should push.
Yeah.
Which it just shows fitness can come at like any size, but not to the degree of like,
Yeah.
you know, overweight or whatever, or just like anyone off the street. It's like, oh yeah, you're fit just because you have Gymshark clothes on.
And in the end, like basically how I think about it is, if someone's working out for 6 months and they reach a certain point, that's great, all good to them. But if someone's working out for 6 years and they've reached an elite state of fitness, you know, who are you going to reward properly? Like, who are you going to recognize as putting in, you know, you're going to recognize someone that's put in like 30 years of like fitness, or like someone that's put in 5 years? Like 5 years is still great, but 30 years is even more.
Yeah, if they maintain it.
I mean, that 5 years, they might go to stardom status with those 5 years. But we're just talking about that process and the grind and rewarding people that actually put work in.
Yeah, I mean, it's about the reward system, but also, I mean, they can do what they want. Obviously, it's their company.
Yeah.
But in their long term, if they keep this up, 5 years, bro, they might be in some trouble. Maybe not even 5 years, maybe 2 years.
Anyway, so yeah, that's our opinions on the Gymshark post.
And just it all comes from like we actually coming from like a, even though it might sound harsh, but it's the best
life.
version of yourself is going to set you up in a better position for life. So yeah, boy, girl, being the best version of yourself is going to attract the best mate you can get, which is going to help in your own happiness.
Definitely.
And also, if you've got a fitter body, financially you're going to be better. You're going to be more switched on if you're like just pushing to be the best version of yourself.
Yeah, and I like that they, to finally hit the final point that I want to make, is that I love that what they're doing is that they're highlighting insecurities. Yeah. That's great. Highlight your insecurities. We believe that as part of self-development, self-improvement is to highlight your insecurities and be okay with them. Yeah. But the point is that they're highlighting them, but then they're not doing anything about them. Yeah. They're not going and facing their fear. They're not going and facing the stress that's involved with like dealing with your insecurity. All they're doing is showing their insecurity, but then they're not actually facing it. Like, they might not be facing it personally.
Yeah, it's like
we don't know. We don't know that though. We don't know that.
Except they can change it. Like if you're insecure about your body, and then if you want a better body, then you can get a better body. If you're short, you can't get taller. Yeah. So realistically, they can stay as is, but they might not get the best version of what they could be. Or which you can like preach that all day. If you want to have a slogan, be average. Yeah. And then just cry about your life not being as good as it could have been because you didn't want to put in work. Then you can have that slogan, but realistically, you should push to be the best. Definitely. Like version of yourself, not the best in the world. Just. What do you think? Yeah, what do you guys think? Start commenting. Start commenting, bro. We won't delete them like Gymshark. No, we won't comment them like. Yeah, we won't delete them. Anyways, make sure you subscribe. Stay back. Make sure you subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Subscribe, boys, and let's all get keen. And girls, let's get keen. Get keen.